Hello, welcome to Bad at Board Games. My name is Brad Lake, and I'm bad at board games, so you don't have to be. Today, I'm going to be talking about Castles of Burgundy. It's open for late back, and what's the value rating of it? Stick around to the end, and I'll break down every bundle that they have and what I think it's worth, from a 1 to a 5. Is it a good value or is it a garbage value? Including shipping, because shipping is now unlocked. So let's dive in and take a look. So, Castles of Burgundy on GameFound. Stefan Feld's Euro Classic. It's been around for a long time. It's had a few iterations. The current iteration is in a Burgundy box. Go figure. And it's still ugly. I love the game, but it's an ugly game. So typical Euro, do this, to do that, to do this. So are you interested in it? Have you backed it? Are you just kind of on the fence and aren't sure? So let's take a look and see what you get. Get my little drink of coffee going on here. So we have new boards, new chits, double layer boards even. Everything's thicker. The components are bigger, and we'll go through that. You've got chit bags that go with it to match the colors of the ones that you're putting out on the board. This actually comes with an expansion. It's called the Vineyard expansion. So you'll have a player board on the side of your main board, and then on the game board where you're pulling your chits and your resources, so to speak, your tiles to build out your Dutchee. You have this vineyard, injection molded vineyard with a mat that you're going to put other chits on it as well. So let's look and see what we have. This is Castles of Burgundy. Everybody loves Castles of Burgundy. It's been around a long time. If you ever want to get into a Euro game, this is a great place to start. Not too heavy, but it gives you that nice Euro mechanic. And we get down here to the $95 Castles of Burgundy Special Edition all-in gameplay core box and SG box. Well, I don't know what the SG box is, but this is what I've backed. So now you can quit. Did I back it or not? Yes, I did. You've got player boards, and they've got acrylic inserts that these hexagon maps go under, and then you put the acrylic piece on top of it, and so you have a 2-layer board that your chits won't move around as you're playing the game. They've got kind of an upgraded main player board to look a little bit nicer than the current game. And then this is why I backed this one, is because you get these 3-dimensional castles, which I think are kind of cool. And I can spray paint them and ink them, and that'll be their sun-dropped marketed version just fine without having to pay for Sundrop. You get the chits are bigger than the current game. They're thicker than the current game. I like the way they look better than the current game. So for me, this is a win. I like this game, but I do think it's ugly. So, and I like a pretty board. I like nice presence at the table, but for decent price, I guess. Sometimes I lose my mind, but other times I'm pretty frugal. So we look in here, they're going to have some kind of a game tray system. It'll be their system. This looks injection molded, which would be kind of nice. It'd be nicer than the thermoformed trays that you would get in a lot of other places, even though game trays are thermoformed and they're very nice. We've got the player markers for scoring markers here, which are busts, which I think are pretty cool. These castles are probably what determine player order. They're the ones that go across the bridge. And then we've got this injection molded piece for the vineyards. It's an expansion. You're not going to have to play with this. You can just play with the base game. We'll see if I end up playing with that, if it's essential or not. I like the base game as it is. I don't know if I need extra play of the game. You can see the base game, the original game, the game that you can get right now. If you want this game right now, you've never played it, just get the $50. I think you could probably get it under $50 now. Amazon, local game store. This is available. Barnes and Noble. These are available, but you can see the old tile building versus the new tile building. Just a little bit more detail. You're going to be able to see it a little bit nicer, and then a closer up of the bust. Now these are sun dropped, so they're shaded. You've got that dark blue and light blue. This is just going to be one color blue when you get it. So they're kind of not pointing that out, but just realize that the if you buy the base all-in gameplay, they're not going to be shaded quite like that. And then you can kind of see some pictures of the game going here on the board. They're showing you the old board where you're building out your Dutchee. And then they're showing you your new board where it's double layered. You've got places for your dice. You've got your Lord statue that can go there. And then I like the dice thing because you know, as you use your dice, you can move them from one side to the other to show that they're exhausted or you've used those. Got some coin slots over here. That's not going to be enough room for your coins. Well, depending on how you play. Got places for your workers that allow you to change the dice roll by one. And then you got your good slots that you sell and get points as you go. And then these are your hex tiles. Your buildings go from the main board to these 3 hex tiles. And then they go from the hex tiles out onto the board based on your dice roll. This is also a sun-dropped castle that you see here. Realize if you're doing the base game, it's not going to be multicolored. We have the vineyard sitting over here, and that's the add-on or expansion. This is the vineyard sun-dropped injection molded piece, and you can see kind of like right here where the cardboard latches into that, so it'll stand up, and you put some of the pieces there, and then they come down here onto the board that will then transfer to your player board if you roll those dice. And then the high quality components, top quality artwork from Awaken Realms artists. Awaken Realms makes nice stuff. I like their stuff. I don't get into all the dungeon crawl games that they have, but I love Nemesis. I back the wall. I like their games. I wish they were more one-shot games that you can just play and then put up versus like ISS Vanguard and all these like campaign games. You can only have a couple campaign games, and the next campaign game I invested in was Oathsworn. Go check that link out up here if you want to talk about Oathsworn. So $95 all-in pledge gets you the base game, the stretch goals, and the castle. So that is where I'm at. And then if you don't want the miniatures and the castle and the bus, then you're at $85. So I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about where I think this falls in value-wise. This is the second time I've taping this because I forgot to hit record on the microphones and something happened with the screen recording. It was fun. So hopefully I'm not doing too bad for the second time around. I'm never sure if it's better when I do it twice or if I don't have as much excitement the second time around. I'm just like, oh, everything got messed up. So the classic pledge compared to the current game that you can go buy for $50. So the current game is a 5 out of 5 for value. I think it's a great game. It's a classic. It's going to be an intro to Euro game. It's where you can start pulling people into harder games. You really can start opening people's worlds up to board games. It's kind of like getting people from Monopoly and Uno into Catan, and then where do you take them from Catan? The next kind of like gateway drug. This is one of them, right? So I think this is a great value. The current game, 5 out of 5. Now you're going to pay $85 more for the upgraded components without the 3D miniatures, and then you're going to pay $23 on top of that for shipping. What they're saying right now. So this game is $108. So it's $108, twice as much without miniatures. Is it worth twice as much for what you're getting? Now, if you really like things to look good on the table, then for me, it's a yes. To me, this is a 4 out of 5 value. And I have wanted an upgraded, better looking version of this game since I got this game because I like the gameplay. I'm just like, I just wish it looked better. I wish it looked like an Eagle Griffin game or Ian O'Toole, just something, that makes me want to like, hey, come play this game, but then look at it and then like they'll get sucked in by how it looks and how it plays. So this is right up my alley. They knew that I wanted this game. That's why they did it. And thank you, Awaken Realms, for doing this just for me. The special edition all in to get the little castles for another $10. I was like, yeah, I'm willing to go like pull that out. So the value of that, I'm going to say, is a 3.5. So this one, $25 to ship it. So you're at $120. You're getting close to those Eagle Griffin games now. And Roxley and all those fun things. So this, but I think you're getting it's good. This should be good quality product. These should, thicker, double layered, the miniatures, all the things that you get from Awaken Realms, right? So it's $120 to get it to your door versus $50. So I think it's, I'm going to say it's like a 3. So you can get the current game. This doesn't bring you any more gameplay. So let's say this is a 3. You're going to get a cool looking game, which a lot of us like to buy things because they're cool looking, for $120. It's not cheap, but to me, we're going to say that's about a 3 value rating out of 5. If you play it 10 times, you're still talking like it's $12 a play, right? Which is close. I like to see things in the $10 per play. So you really got to start jacking up the number of times you play a game when it gets more than that. And then we go on to the Royal Pledge, and I like this. I like the plastic chits, the acrylic chits, because I did that with Dark Tower, Return to Dark Tower, and I'm glad I got the plastic chips versus the cardboard chips. I'm surprised how much I like it, but it's kind of like metal coins. I enjoy it when I'm willing to pay for it. One thing I want to point out with this Sundrop version is that you see how it's darker at the top and it's almost like a different color, almost shaded, and then it's lighter tan at the bottom. That's not how Sundrop works. Sundrop is not going to be 2 tinted colors that's like painted. So it's just going to be one color, and you're going to see the recesses are dark and black, but you're not going to see this gradient. I have not seen none of their minis that they do this on have that gradient. I think it's kind of like, I'm not saying it's scammy, but they're like, the marketing guy like, oh, that's a pretty picture, let's just use that. And that's not how it's going to be when it gets manufactured. So just be aware of that. Player mats, you got storage. This thing isn't going to fit in the box, otherwise they would have shown it to you in the box. I love player mats when they do fit in the box, kind of like Cosmic Frog or Oath. That's like, oh, this is great. But I don't necessarily know if I like putting them out and dealing with that. So this one's going to cost more. The shipping's probably going to be $35 or more. I didn't look it up, this one specifically. So you're at $170, like it's $175. This value is a 2. So you can get the current one for $40 to $50. And then this is going to be $175. This is 3 times more than the current game that doesn't give you any more gameplay. So, and it's available. Like Return to Dark Tower, when I got that, wasn't available. You couldn't get it anymore. It's like, it was 20 some years old or older than that. It's like 40 years old or whatever it was. And so you couldn't get it. You can get this game right now. Go to Amazon, click buy. It'll be there tomorrow. So $175 for this game. That's a 2. Like, this is, I almost want to say this is a 1, but they've got a more expensive version of this too. So if you like everything all blinged out, if it's in your budget, if you're going to pay off your credit card, don't ever buy any of these games if you can't pay off your credit card for this stuff that we're buying, right? You are giving them a loan. Kickstarting is giving them a loan for a year of your money that you can put it on something else and maybe make something else for it. So realize that you're giving them a loan. $175 is the value of 2. And then we get to the most expensive one of all, where you have 3-dimensional sheep, 3-dimensional ships, all the plastic chips, all the stuff. This, I don't know what the shipping is. It's probably $50, if not a little more. And I just don't want to change pages and go back and forth to look. But over $300. This is a 1. This is a value of 1. This is like buying the Cthulhu Death May Die statue. Okay? You don't need this. Go back up, get the gameplay, go buy the original one. So, gotta love it. They give you the options, especially, everybody has different budgets. So, if your budget is low, get the low one. If your budget is high and money is no object for you, I think that's great. Get this one. This would be cool to have on the table. No doubt. But the value of it is it's still one when you can get something way cheaper. 6 times the price of the current game. 6 times for 0 gameplay. So, and I love this game. I would never spend this much money on this. So, add-ons. This is where they might get me. I kind of like this upgraded token kit for $20. That is not worth it. There's 0 value in it, but I do like the plastic tokens. I don't think I want to spend $33 for all the hex tile acrylics. I like it, but I just don't think I want to spend that much money on it. And GameFound isn't going to send me any one of these deluxe editions. Hit subscribe, please. Maybe if we get enough people, GameFound will send me one of these and we can go over it and I can bash it. Or not. I still like the game. Probably not going to bash it. But for this token upgrade kit for the things that go out on the board, $20. I'm like, I've already paid for the game, and now they want another $20. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe I'll do that now. So these were my ratings. I hope you like this. I am never going to be one of those channels that goes over every Kickstarter. I like looking at something. I like taking a little bit more of a deep dive in it, and they're things that interest me. So that kind of helps you like determine, is this a channel for you? Do you like the same games that I like? And if the answer is yes, then this might have value. If you like super light games, or, you know, I don't know, you want to find a channel that you like listening to, and maybe you enjoy listening to me or not, but you also want to find a channel where the person that's telling you the games they like, you actually like at least the mass majority of those games. So like I like Board Game Code, but I don't necessarily align with him as much as like Toph does. Toph and him seem to align on the games, but Toph doesn't watch him as much. So it's just funny. You may watch somebody just because you like them, but you need to realize that you may not enjoy the games they like. Shut Up and Sit Down, awesome. But I don't understand. I've learned the games that I do and don't align with them. So make sure you understand that, especially before you go like all in because somebody's saying like, oh, this is my favorite game of all time. If you haven't played any games that they like, take a step back, go play some of the games at retail that they like and see if you like them, and then be like, yeah, okay, I'm probably not going to go all in on that because you like it, but I'm not necessarily connecting with you in those games that you like. Anyway, hit the little subscribe button downtown, please. Alrighty, I've been begging enough. So no matter how you play games, whether you're playing solo, with family, or friends, enjoy what you're bringing to the table. Have a great night. Bye.